95% of the attics we go into will have pests. So that's
What
really
is pests? I'm sorry.
mice.
Oh.
Mice or bees or something. Usually it's mice, because that's where they go during the wintertime. And like I said, 95% of homes we see that.
Really?
Yep.
In the U.S.?
Yep.
No.
Probably around the world. You'll see them. They just need not even bigger than a dime to get into.
No.
Yeah.
No.
But as long as they stay up there and not down in here, right? If they're up there, they come up there during the winter time to stay warm, hibernate, and then go out when it's warm. But like I said, I don't see any signs of that.
Okay.
So, like I said, 95. And then that's, sometimes these complexes, they do treat the outsides. They'll have little bait boxes out there, so it gets them before they come inside. All right, checked all your plumbing, all your electrical outlets, and all your windows. Tested your washer and dryer. That's working. The only thing we recommend is underneath the washer is an overflow pan. They come in either a white plastic or metal. The metal is twice as expensive, but they don't break when you accidentally kick it with your toe.
하더라고요.
It's just in case that
Just in case.
your washer starts to leak, and that will catch it. Now there most likely is a drain underneath there, but who knows where the drain is, and they can get it to where they can hook a drain tube into the drain. So if it does leak, it's going to go right into the drain instead of on your floor, because who knows how, if the floor is pitched towards that drain. On your windows, so your windows, this one here in the report will be a weak sash. So basically what it is that when I lift the window up, now it kind of
Oh.
falls on its own. Can be adjusted, they just gotta go in here. But a lot of your windows have these pieces cracked off, and I noticed it on the front one, on the ones in that bedroom. Some of them are really sharp. So I made a note of it. I don't know what can be done. You know, sanded down. These windows are probably the original. They're double pane. You know, there's not much you can do, I think. Just so all your electrical outlets are doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Change everything.
All right. Up here, you do have smoke detector, but the thing is that that should be a combination smoke and carbon monoxide. So since you do have a gas furnace and a gas water heater, you need carbon monoxide protection. So if you take that one and swap it out for combo smoke carbon, you're good. Smoke on every level, carbon on levels within 15 feet of bedrooms. So everything's good out of there. You know, everything looks pretty good. I don't see any signs of any leaking anywhere, and I didn't see it other than that one right above that scuttle hole.
What do you think about those small?
Oh, so every home has, so we live in a climate that gets cold, warm, cold, warm. Especially in Chicago, it's not cold, warm, cold. It's, you know, you wake up one morning, it's 32 degrees out, and then it's 70, and it's back to 30. So your house expands and it contracts, it breathes. Also, throughout time, your house settles. So every house, you probably go through probably 99% of the units that are just like this in this complex, and they're probably all like that. And basically what it is just a crack. You can have a painter come in, try to repair it. I have a crack on mine that even when I was a painter, we told the people, we're not gonna warranty because this will come back. It's guaranteed. There's nothing you can do about it. And I had a painter come in my house this year because I was too busy to do it. And the guy says, don't worry, I will fix it and it'll be fixed right. Well, that was July, the crack is back. It's gonna happen. So Right now, I'm hearing that this toilet is constantly cycling.
Right.
So basically there's some kind of a leak. And since it's vacant, it could just be that it didn't seal right. And basically I'll just kind of see what's going on here now. But, I mean, all your bathtubs, your faucets, everything is working fine. I'm not seeing any leaks. Usually when you have a vacant home, there's little gaskets in there that will shrivel up because they dry out. And they will leak. I mean, you can run a faucet and it won't leak, but if you fill up the sink with water and then release it, you'll see leaks, because we always get a lot of homeowners that we find that in, and they'll go, this sink ain't leaking, you're crazy. Fill it up and then release it. That's where. And then on the bottom, no, don't say. On the bottom of your cabinet here is a lot of damage.
Oh.
Yeah, I have no idea what it is from.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so you got a lot of damage on the bottom of that cabinet.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you're gonna do some redecorating, now you got a reason to redecorate just this one cabinet. Pull it out, put a new one in. So kind of, like I said, kind of keep an eye on this. Like I said, it could have been just because it's been vacant, and it just needed a receipt. All right, but everything else is, yeah, this is typical.
Let's see.
And I'll put down there that the floors are squeaking on the second level. They have them evaluated by a flooring, company. And basically that's all it is that if you decide that you're gonna put new carpet in or laminate flooring, just have them go through and screw it down. And just show them that, and basically all it is that it's usually where there's two pieces put together and they just didn't sit, the screw or nail didn't sit right. So they just need to be new screws put in. If you have, I saw a roll of carpet, and I don't know if it's this same carpeting, but it was in the attic in the garage. It was rolled up and it was all the way in the front of the garage, so it was beige, but I can't tell if it's the same kind of texture.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're gonna, a lot of people, the first thing they do is they come in and replace.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Right.
any questions regarding, these here are loose, they're broke. And basically what it is, there was one down there. The screw kind of came through the backside. And if you're gonna, you might be putting new knobs on there. All you have to do is on the back of this screw is put a washer to give it a little more holding power to put them on. So if you go out and you buy new knobs, you don't have that many, you only have like 2 or 3 or something, just ask the guy or your handyman or whoever, it needs the washers behind it. All right? Any questions regarding this level?
No.
All right? Downstairs, not much either.
You're poor. It's poor here.
Yeah. On the patio door here, it's called a broken seal. You can see how it's all foggy and there's moisture in there. So basically what it is, it's dual pane window, but the seal broke. So it's not affecting the way the window is working. It's more of an aesthetic thing. Now, it's the original door. Well, that's because of the bars in the way. The tracks could just be needing some cleaning, some dish soap and water, clean it out and put some silicone spray, not WD oil, just some kind of a silicone spray that'll make it slide smoother. Companies can come out and pop this out and fix it, clean it up, fix it, and then put it back in. You got to take a look at you know, are they gonna charge me $300? Now this is hypothetical, because usually windows are around a couple $100. But when you get something this big, it could be more. You'll say, okay, this is gonna cost me $500-600 to have them fix this pane. Or if I put a whole new one in, it may cost me $900. Yeah. So you got to kind of take a look at the costs and benefits. All right. So, but like I said, it's more of an aesthetic thing. So you'll see it, and you'll see it all year round. Fireplace. Don't know if you've ever had a fireplace before. Okay. So it is a gas fireplace. They have been, right now those are fake logs. So it'll look like a real fire brewing, but they've actually burned real wood in there, and I've seen firewood in the back, and that's why it's all dirty. So we always recommend a furnace company come in and clean it and check it. They put a camera down the chimney, they make sure that everything is okay, they'll clean it. And these logs have to be set up a certain way to make the flame look real. So you can go to any fireplace store and look at different log sets and how they look. Or if you're not somebody that's going to use a fireplace, just clean it out, put candles in there. You know, it's up to you. But if you do want to use a fireplace, it is gas, and it is hooked up. This is the key for it. I always recommend leaving it up here, because if you leave it down in there, and it's got to be the long key, because it's little kids like to turn these things on. Okay, but call, you know, the fireplace people will show you how to work everything, and how to light it, how to turn it off, and all that. I prefer the gas logs. They look nicer. You don't have to clean it. Yeah, the only thing you're missing is the smell of firewood. I say go to Yankee Candle and buy a candle. Okay. I had a gas log set in my house for 15 years, never had to clean it. So, but everything else looks good here. This here is smoke detector, not carbon, so it's just smoke. So you're good there. This outlet here is just wired backwards, and the report will be called a hot neutral reverse. So each outlet has a hot wire and a neutral wire. And then the outlets, the hot wire is supposed to go to the hot side, neutral is supposed to go to neutral. Basically, they just flip-flop them. It still works. It's just that it's got to be flip-flop. Easy fix. All right. That's your GFCI outlet right there. It's got the little button on there. Okay, so this outlet here should be protected by the GFCI, and basically what it is it detects abnormal current. So electric comes in, goes through your circle of your home, and then goes back out. If you happen to have a blender here or a hair dryer, and you're holding it, and you put your hand into a stick full of water, the current's going to go through you and down to the ground. So that's abnormal, and what that does is it pops off the electricity, so you don't get electrocuted. That's why they have them on hair dryers. They're slow. Anything within 6 feet of water. Now I'm 6 feet tall. My arm span is about 6. But you could have a blender plugged in, and that one sitting here, now we're within 6 feet. The outlet itself is about $15 to $20. They have, if you know of a handyman, they won't charge you much to install it. But this should tell me if I push this button, this will tell me if the outlet is working. So you have an outlet here, okay, and if I press the button, that powers. So now there's no electricity. Now you go over to the big button, press it in, and it goes on. The outlet down here is covered as well, which is good. Okay, so just that outlet needs to be replaced. Your appliances are working. Everything is working. Now let that air out. There was something with this one here. I can get it to light after a while, but the flame was really low. I heard you guys. Were you guys starting the?
I just try to
Yeah.
open it.
So I finally got it to light. Sometimes when they're not being used, the gas kind of goes back into the pipe, and sometimes you got to prime it. But I'm just gonna say it's not reacting to normal operation. It could be as little as the gas jet valve is clogged and it just needs to be cleaned, or it can be replaced. But it just looked like it maybe be clogged because the flame on it was more like that instead of like that. All right, so so I'll put it down there, have it looked at. But dishwasher's running, refrigerator's fine. Your disposal, your garbage disposal, they got a cap, and that's why when you open it up, it was stinky. So it just needs to be deodorized. Put some. But basically, what it is I bet you it will work now. Nope, it's stuck.
Same as mine.
It's stuck? Yeah, so basically what it could be is that, house has been vacant for 6, 7, 8, 9 months. Everything just kind of dried up, a little bit of rust in there. Just have somebody come and take a look at it. There is a little button here, so if you run it for a while, it's going to eventually pop off. It's going to shut itself down right there. There's a little red button right there,
Yeah.
which is like a reset.
Right. That's what I've done here. But
Yeah.
Still not working.
What is beeping?
Maybe this one?
Oh, here's something. I want to cancel. Maybe that's why. Hold. Yeah. Why did it lock it? I don't want to lock it. 2001, 2002, 2003. All right, now it's canceling. Just like to let it air out a little bit. All right, and over here. So this is the old style laminate flooring. All right, it's not the stuff that they have out there now. So basically, what this is that when it does get wet, let's say you drop a gallon of water on there, the water's going to get in these seams. And they're going to swell up. I had that happen on mine. At my house, the freezer leaked, and it caused that. I just replaced it with this Life-Proof or waterproof, and had a water leak 2 days after because the hose for the ice maker cracked. Water leaking all over. Everything's fine. So this is the old stuff, the original stuff. You may see areas. It's really hard to see now because it's so dark outside. We're not seeing sunlight in. But I guarantee you, if there's sunlight coming in, and you were to look at this, there would probably be some areas that are puffed up.
Right.
So, like I said, this is the old style stuff. The stuff out there that's out there now, much better, more durable. All right.
Engineer, how do it?
Engineered is real wood. Okay. And it's nice to use. It's a little more expensive. Laminate or this Life-Proof that's at Home Depot, and there's Floor & Decor's got so many different brands. You want to take a look at water resistant compared to waterproof. Water resistant means you can mop it with a mop and water. Waterproof means that if you flood out your floor, if you spill a gallon of water on the floor, it's not going to hurt it. Okay, especially here you have concrete underneath. Okay, so take a look at something that has a cork or a rubber backing. It'll kind of keep the noise down, and it'll kind of insulate it a little bit. It's still going to be cold because you're going to get the cold from the ground coming in. Upstairs, definitely if you're going to put that laminate wood look flooring in your bathrooms, I would definitely recommend a waterproof, not a water resistant. Yeah, because toilets leak, sinks leak, you get out of the bathtub.
I prefer tile or ceramic.
Ceramic? Well, they have the tile that looks wooden.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right, that's right.
A little more expensive, but
Right.
you know, it's you look. You know, tile will get colder during the wintertime.
Right, right.
So, all right, over in, huh? True. Over here is your water meter. So I would try. I would
wow.
make. Yeah, I would kind of make it that you don't really pack this with
Uh-huh.
stuff, or if for some reason you need to get to it in a hurry. So behind every toilet and underneath every faucet, there's valves to turn it off if you want to replace the toilet or every faucet. But if for some reason a pipe breaks in the wall and water's pouring in there, you come to here and you turn off either one. You can turn off this valve or that valve, and they'll shut the water off to your entire unit. It's wirelessly, so that no one's knocking on your door to say, I'm here to read your meter. They just drive by and it automatically reads your water meter and how much water you're using. Okay? So, yeah, like I said, if for some reason you got to get to turn it off in a hurry, just make sure you just don't pack it with stuff that you're like going to take you 5 minutes on get to it. But so, all right, at least it's just a crack.
Yeah.
Is this? Is there a homeowner? Is it bank owned? Is it as is?
Homeowner.
Okay. Sometimes, like with bank owns or foreclosures, you know, they're not going to give you any money, but I'll put it down and do some damage done to the floor. Same thing here. Just the whole screw is really broke off. Your door is dented here. It's more noticeable on the outside. If you open up the door. Right, and there's a reason. So sometimes when families get sometimes when families get evicted, when the police kick down the door, that's where they kick it down at. So why this door has two closers on it, my feeling is this one is broken, like you can see there. And now somebody put the new one in and didn't do it right and cracked the wood.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So basically, it's
Oh my.
it's just it's somebody didn't know what they were doing or did it in a hurry. Let me get it on a flash. Shows up better. All right. Yeah, there's down here too.
And the outside too, the wall. I see. Not here, but that side.
Oh, well, see, this is covered under
Association.
the association. That's covered under the association. All right. Last thing, going to the garage. So, no, come on. Yeah. So basically, right there is it's a spring, okay, and basically, and that one there. So the top and bottom, there's a spring inside. So for safety purposes, when garage is attached to house, there needs to be two things. One, you need a fire-rated door, which is either full thickness wood or a metal door. So this is a fire-rated door. But what this is a self-closing feature. So your door, when it opens, it's going to slowly close on its own.
Oh.
This is the reason they want these in these houses. You go out on a day like today, you start your car, oh, I forgot my purse in the house. Now you get in here, phone rings, you got an emergency with grandma or something, so now you're talking on your phone, and your door is open, now it's allowing carbon monoxide into your home. I did one where I told the gentleman this is what you needed. So we get done with something, he goes and pulls his van inside the garage, shuts the door, this door is wide open and it's running. And we're like, we were somewhere else in the house, we come down and you could smell the car fumes. What are you doing? We just told you. I wanted to make sure my car fit in the garage. So we just told you, don't run your car in the garage. So there is the attic access. Okay, you can store some stuff up there. Just make sure it's not really heavy stuff, but you can store stuff. Well, you might find out you're gonna put holiday decorations up there, your empty boxes, stuff like that.
Good story.
Alright, so here's your electrical panel. So this is for all your electric in here. This button here shuts the power off to the whole house. These certain buttons are what they're labeled for. So you got furnace, bedroom front, living room, whatever. So if you have to turn the power off to the whole house, you just do that. Or if you want to turn it off to one room or whatever, you can do it here. Or if you go turn on your lights one day and the lights aren't working, this could have been popped. And usually it's not all the way over towards the center. It's slightly off, and then sometimes they have a little orange marking here that you can see that it's popped. And all you do is you turn it to all the way to off, and then turn it back on. Okay. Try not to put anything in front of here. I mean, you can put some storage, but something that you can move, because you need, if you need to get in there, you can get in there right away, or if somebody needs to work on it. The outlet right there that's right there, that outlet is not GFCI protected. It should be in the garage because, you know, it should be. It should be one of these, or this connected into it, because you could be in here vacuuming your car, snow's melting. Now you can electrocute yourself. You do have a foundation crack. It's in the garage. It's right here. Basically what it is just some kind of acetylene. Keep an eye on it. Right there, keep an eye on it. Just if it gets any worse, or you're starting to see, you know, some sagging or water coming in. Foundation is covered underneath the association. The cracks in your garage floor, they're normal, they're typical. Just keep an eye on them. Mine have been the same way for 32 years. It's just when they become a tripping hazard, that's when you want it to be taken care of. Okay? Your garage door opener works, it goes up, it goes down, it reverses on its own. You do have the function on here with the keypad, so you can put in a special number. So if you're out jogging and you come home, boom, you can get in your house. With this type of brand, LiftMaster, all you have to do when it's in the up position is just press. Alright, stop resetting. When it's flashing like that, that means it's reversed. So if it's in the up position, let's say you come out through here, your car is there, you just come out here, just press the enter button. Okay? Let's go inside really.
And is this water?
Yeah, that's water. And it's also a frost-proof sill. It's called a spigot, so it's frost-proof. They will freeze in very extreme weather sometimes, and we'll go inside here. We can go in now. We'll get out of the cold, unless you have.
How about the wall here?
Yeah, it's got a little. It's probably from you know, car doors open, garbage cans up against it. You're gonna see a lot of stuff in the garage. No big deal. I'm not seeing any cracks or any water leaks, but you know, typical little tiny screw holes in the garage. It's typical that you're gonna see. Same thing with the house when people are taking down pictures. They don't have to fix the holes. They leave them. That's part of the contract. Right, see that pipe out right there? That goes out to that spigot. So usually in the garage it's a little bit warmer. I have two on my house. One has that frostproof, and the other one's an old-fashioned one. The frostproof, I do have a valve that I can shut it off in the fall, and then open it up and let it drain out, so it won't freeze because it has frozen before. Last year, even the one in the back, there's still water going to it. It didn't freeze over that 25 below, you know. So we just say keep an eye on it, and if it's going to crack, it'll crack inside here. So if you start seeing water coming out, that's the thing. So, any questions?
What is
Oh.
the green color?